The courtroom clips you're witnessing went viral, and though you've probably seen them, no one has ever seen the shocking exclusive footage we obtained that reveals the full story behind the unpredictable case.
Oh, you're one of the most evil person I've ever sat across the table from.
No.
You're not getting out of jail. It makes me physically sick to look at you.
Do the DNA test that will prove me
Don't
right.
tell me how to do my job.
I watch forensic files.
Do you believe everything they put on TV is real? How stupid are you? Really, Isabella? Does that make any goddamn sense to you?
Stop calling me Isabella.
That's your name.
No, it's not.
You've come in here tried to fucking act like you're so goddamn smart.
This is Isabella Guzman. In approximately 3 seconds, she will be confronted, resulting in one of the strangest moments in an interrogation we've ever seen.
Sir, do you recognize this?
Who are you?
I'm back out here for a second. Do you recognize
What
her?
was that?
Yeah, she's my daughter.
What's her name?
Isabella.
Is he insane? Your name is Samantha. You're gonna ruin my whole life because I have some random crazy.
Her father just walked in and went to touch her, and she skeeved him, and she said he called her a name that wasn't hers. Okay, let's see what the hell is going on here.
It's like me.
Your life ended last night when you decided to go kill your mother.
You left her to die. Brutally. On a bathroom
I did
floor.
not murder anyone.
In one of the most brutal acts of violence the state of Colorado has ever seen, a teenage girl viciously takes the life of her own mother inside their family home. It's an incomprehensible crime, but what authorities find to be even more disturbing is that the suspect claims to be a completely different person who didn't have anything to do with the gruesome killing.
So she's pulling a multiple personality defense. She thinks she was watching forensic files. Evidently, she got it from forensic files. Brilliant. Well done, Samantha.
As the
Isabella.
unbelievable investigation begins to unfold, it becomes increasingly apparent that not everything is as it seems, and behind the diabolical act lies a most insane and unpredictable motive.
All you people suck. And that bitch is probably crazy as and she's gonna go kill somebody else.
It was a typical summer's evening on Wednesday, August 28, 2013, in Aurora, Colorado. 47-year-old Yunmi Hoy returned to her home around 9:30, bringing dinner for her husband, 40-year-old Ryan Hoy. Working another tiring day at her photography studio at the Aurora Town Center Mall, she looked forward to spending some time with her family, also consisting of her daughter and Ryan's stepdaughter, 18-year-old Isabella Guzman. However, the teenager had a more sinister agenda for the night. Ryan tells his wife that Isabella is home, but he's unsure of exactly where she is. Yunmi suggests that she and Ryan take a walk after she showers, to which he agrees. Only a few short minutes go.
Hold on, I'm trying to understand the relationship here. It's his stepdaughter. His stepdaughter.
By before the unfortunate, consisting of her daughter and Ryan's stepdaughter, 18-year-old Isabella Guzman. However, the teenager had a more sinister agenda for the night. Ryan tells his wife that Isabella is home, but he's unsure of exactly where she is. Yunmi suggests that she and Ryan take a walk after she showers, to which he agrees. Only a few short minutes go by before the unthinkable happens. Ryan is enjoying his dinner when a violent pounding sound begins to shake the house, followed by a haunting scream. He quickly sprints upstairs, where his wife's screams are only intensifying as she calls his name for help. Ryan's adrenaline is racing as he finally reaches the bathroom, but the door is locked. He makes several attempts to break in, but someone is pushing against it, ensuring that they can finish the gruesome act taking place behind the door. Still, Ryan continues trying to get
Strong
in,
kid.
hoping to come to his wife's aid. At the same time, he
That
dials
she could do damage and hold the door at the same time?
911.
From a grown man?
It seems almost impossible to break into the room as the sounds of a brutal fight fills the home. But then, Ryan makes a shocking discovery. In the midst of the terrifying ordeal, he's horrified to see blood pouring out from underneath the door. And now the screams...
Bro, you can't get through that door? What's wrong with you? You can't get through that door. What's that little girl she's doing something on the other side and holding the door. You can't get through the door. Stop.
Slowly transformed into an eerie silence. Finally, the door opens. 18-year-old Isabella stands over her mom's lifeless body with a bloodied knife in hand. She doesn't utter a word. In the blink of an eye, she runs out of the room past Ryan, who's in an absolute state of shock. The bathroom is covered in blood, where Yunmi's body is lying on top of a baseball bat. When police arrived, Isabella was nowhere to be found, and so began a manhunt for the teenager. Although that would only last one day, as they located Isabella over 12 hours later, hiding in a parking garage off of South Parker Road. But when they actually sat down for an interrogation, they had no idea of exactly who they were going to be speaking with, or what was going to happen in this roller coaster of an investigation.
That's my call. She's gonna pull the multiple personality stunt and throw different names and different demeanors at them.
The following never-before-seen footage has been analyzed by a qualified team, including a licensed professional counselor and a licensed attorney.
You left her to die, brutally, on a bathroom
I did
floor.
not murder anyone.
How does
Please
that
stop
feel?
accusing me of this.
Just tell me how that feels.
Please fingerprint me. Please fingerprint me. Please fingerprint me. I will show you that I am not this freaky, horrible person. I want to meet my boyfriend. He's probably worried about me.
Considering that she left a bloody mess, I'm sure it was a bloody mess. There's got to be fingerprints everywhere.
You aren't going to meet anybody.
Her
I
boyfriend.
wish you could help us just make sense, that's all.
When you prove that I am not her, I'll be able to go.
Isabella states that her name is actually Samantha Gonzalez and that she is 15 years old. However, the detectives are well aware that this is not the truth.
So she's 110 pounds? That's really skinny. I'm 148 pounds.
Isabella, please.
Don't call me Isabella.
That's your name.
My name is not Isabella. My name is Samantha. There are people in this world who look alike, you know? You guys are not, like, all-knowing. You don't know everything. You're just accusing me of all this stuff.
No,
that I
you're
didn't
annoying,
do.
shorty.
We know what you know what you did, and we know who you are. We know how it happened,
Apparently not,
when it
because you
happened.
guys are completely wrong. You got the wrong girl.
No, we don't. We don't have the wrong girl, and you know that.
No, I don't.
How did it feel
How did what feel?
when you did what you did? How did it feel?
I
Make you
didn't
feel
kill
good?
anybody.
Did
That's
it make-
disgusting.
Did it feel good?
That's disgusting. You guys really think I'm a murderer?
Yeah, we're not joking.
Did it make you feel powerful?
Just you.
Yes or no? Simple question. Did it make you feel powerful to do what you did?
Oh my god. I did not kill anyone. Can you guys stop, like, interrogating me? Or are you just gonna keep going around?
That's what you're there for, shorty, an interrogation.
We're really just trying to get fingerprinted so I can meet my boyfriend, so you can prove to me.
You'd
we
like
don't
us
have
just
the
to
same
leave, wouldn't you?
fingerprints.
Wouldn't you just like us to leave?
We don't have the same fingerprints. We're not the
Wouldn't
same
you like
person.
this all just to go away, rewind back 12 hours, and have this never happen? We'd all like that.
I wish I could have, like, not walked through the parking garage so you would have not mistaken me for being someone else.
We're
I could've just met
we're
my
way past
boyfriend.
that. We're even not gonna
Where's the
acknowledge
shortcut
that
of my
anymore.
life?
What Isabella fails to mention is that she wasn't merely walking through the parking garage, but rather hiding. And in addition to locating the suspect, police discovered an array of items relating to the brutal crime that Isabella also failed to conceal.
Okay.
Now that she wiped the prints off of that is the question. Because she's dying to be fingerprinted. She's begging for it.
I'm not gonna go anywhere. You guys keep accusing me of being this girl, and I'm not her.
What'd your mother do?
You're just repeating yourselves over and over. And
We're not gonna acknowledge the fact that you're not telling us who you are. We're moving right past that.
The detectives don't spend any time trying to build rapport with Isabella, which can damage their ability to get her to speak honestly with them. Not only that, but they appear to be jumping straight into a part of the Reed technique where they reject her lies so that she doesn't become entrenched in repeating them and accusing her. To start an interrogation this way is
She's
very
already made the
unusual.
decision she's not talking
They may
to
be
them.
trying a few different techniques to see what works, but so far, they aren't doing a very good job of squashing her lie.
Was
Can
it
you
the
please just
weed?
fingerprint me?
Was it the weed?
What
She didn't like the
weed?
weed?
When offering to be fingerprinted, Isabella makes a declaratory statement indicating that she feels confident. This could mean that she strongly believes what she's saying. When someone has schizophrenia, they often experience hallucinations and delusions that cause them to hear, see, or feel things that do not exist. Delusions can lead to strong beliefs or perceptions that are not based in reality. This altered perception of the world can create a stark contrast between their experiences and what others perceive, leading to a profound disconnect from shared reality.
The question is she really schizophrenic or is she just playing the role?
What weed?
Marijuana? She like the marijuana in your place?
What?
Is that what it was?
Marijuana?
For Christ's sake, you had the master bedroom in the house. What parent gives up their master bedroom?
I am not this girl.
What parent
Oh my
gives
God,
up their
I am
master
not
bedroom?
this girl.
Explain that. Who does that?
I am not this girl.
What kind of a horrible parent does that? Gives up the master bedroom to their daughter.
You know what? Whoever this person is that you're accusing me of being is probably really terrible, but I am.
Didn't your mother give you a job? Didn't she teach you? Didn't she give you a job, give you employment?
My mother's name is Sabrina.
And that's the way you thank her?
Bam! HelloFresh. Guys, shrimp spaghetti with a kick is what we're gonna make. You guys know that HelloFresh makes cooking.
So they gave up on this whole name thing. They're not even paying attention to her denying her name.
The shocking secrets that Isabella kept would slowly but surely unravel. For now, detectives simply want to know why she committed such an unbelievable crime. But it seems that not even she can answer this question.
This can't be happening to me right now. This can't be happening. This can't.
It is.
I never killed anybody.
You killed your mom last night.
No, I did not.
Yep.
No, I did not.
We're going to be able to prove it. Yes, we are going to be able to prove it.
Prove me innocent.
No, the police.
You will prove me innocent.
We have a very solid investigation. Okay.
Okay.
This case will be proven beyond a reasonable doubt, and you will probably spend the rest of your life in prison. That's what's going to happen to you.
Part of the Reed technique is to present irrefutable evidence to trap the suspect in their lies. However, here the detectives are using unsure and uncertain language, such as "we're going to prove it" rather than "we can prove it," which won't be as effective. As well, the Reed technique teaches detectives to avoid talking about the consequences and to minimize the crime in order to get the suspect's defenses down and to keep them talking. By already threatening...
Yeah, they would have came at her and been like, it's okay. What did your mom do to you that made you do this? They didn't take that approach.
Punishment, the suspect loses any incentive to keep talking. Throughout all of this, Isabella has remained confident in her denials. It appears that detectives may have been upset by the crime when they started the interview, and then grew frustrated because Isabella isn't budging, and now they're letting their emotions lead them. So far, this is really poor interrogation practice, and it seems as though they aren't following any actual...
Because she's breaking them. She's like, I don't know, what, 17? She's breaking them.
...plan or technique. Isabella states that she will soon be proven innocent. In the meantime, she wishes to see her boyfriend, although future revelations would reveal that this would be easier said than done, for one very strange reason.
How about we give you a few minutes to think about it?
Think about what?
The truth.
I already told you the truth.
And that's the story you're going to stick with?
It's the truth. What do you mean? I'm not going to lie to you and tell you I'm a murderer.
I have a feeling at some point you're going to change your mind and you're going to probably look back on this day, today, right now,
No, I will
with
not.
some regrets, because you're going to have an opportunity today to set the record straight on why you did what you did, and there may
No,
be
I will not.
some reason in your mind that makes sense.
No, I will not.
The detectives now seem to be jumping to different steps of the Reed technique, such as skipping over minimizing the crime or offering an alternative theory for why the crime was committed.
No, they're just angry.
Stating that it's her opportunity to speak without presenting any reason why she should take the opportunity is ineffective. They shouldn't rant about how horrible the crime is, as this will just stop her from speaking. Rather, they should have started with rapport building, introduced themselves, and treated her like a normal human being. Then they could have started asking her about her night, what she'd been up to, and see what her story was before they started finding the holes. Though it can feel uncomfortable to try to establish rapport with someone who has committed a horrendous act, it's essential to the interrogation process. It's as though these detectives were too uncomfortable, so they skipped that part.
Yeah, she creeped them out. The fact that she had the balls to stare them down and tell them whatever she wanted to tell them freaked them out.
I am Samantha Gonzalez. You have got the
Your
wrong
actions
person.
today are going to have a very, very
Oh
big
my
impact
God,
on the rest
man.
of your life.
You guys keep interrogating me.
Isabella has a very flat affect when she speaks, which is common with individuals with schizophrenia. Even with her displays of anger earlier, she doesn't really show much on her face, which is another feature of individuals with schizophrenia.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
What the hell is going on? Can you please just...
Do you understand what I'm saying, Isabella? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Don't call me Isabella.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm not Isabella.
She's playing chess, they're playing checkers.
Your decisions today are going to have a big impact on the rest of your life. You're 18 years old. You got a long ways to go.
Fingerprint me.
No, you're not in charge.
You're arresting me because I look like somebody. That's wrong.
It is you.
It's not me.
It is you.
It's strange that they don't take Isabella up on her offer to be fingerprinted, as they could use the fingerprints as evidence to show her that she can't deny she was involved. The detective seems to not want to give Isabella the power to demand something, and he's trying to make her feel powerless by denying her suggestion. He also seems to be making the interrogation personal, which is one of the worst things an investigator can do, as he's not even using interrogation techniques anymore. In this bid for power and control, he's missed an opportunity to gather the evidence to confront her. However, there's also the possibility that this is a procedural issue, as it's usually mandated by state law that fingerprints, and in some cases DNA, be taken from suspects. Perhaps the police figure they'll have them soon enough and didn't want to bother getting her fingerprints earlier.
You're acting like you're running this investigation.
She is.
What do you mean?
You're demanding to be fingerprinted. You're demanding to be weighed.
Don't I have a right?
You're telling us that you're not this person, that we've made a big mistake, we've arrested the wrong
Don't I have
person.
a right to prove that I am innocent? Yes, right? So please,
Do you understand the
bring
law?
somebody please to fingerprint me.
Do you understand the law?
Kind of. I've never been arrested or anything before.
Where'd you go to high school?
This place called
That's where you should have
Montgomery High
started.
School, Ohio.
Montgomery?
Yeah.
Notice that Isabella's foot started moving suddenly, though she's been mostly still throughout. This is a sign of her anxiety around this topic of questioning. Individuals with delusions can become anxious when confronted about something not covered by their delusion. It's like if the typical person went out drinking and woke up with a gap in their memory. When asked about the fuzzy spot, they would be confused and easily suggestible, which would lead to anxiety. The brain makes up answers if it doesn't remember. Everyone's brain does this. As humans, we are uncomfortable with blank spots and uncertainty, so our brain will fill the gap with something to make us feel better. This may be what we're seeing here.
I got kicked out though.
No, you didn't go there. You went to Overland.
You're Overland High
You went to
School
Overland
graduate.
High School.
No, I
You're in the
didn't.
yearbook.
She went to Overland High School. I did not.
No. She is you.
No, she's
Taking
not.
identity.
Okay, well, she is, but is this just your way of dealing with this? You pretend you're somebody you're not? I mean, is that your mechanism for...
This is just really frustrating. I'm not even really scared or anything at all because I know that I'm not this person.
So you're not scared at all?
Because I'm not her.
Are you on any drugs?
All of
No.
Any prescription medication?
No.
You ever been to a doctor for anything?
I've been sick before, like every other normal person.
Yeah.
What kind of things have you had? What kind of sicknesses?
Regular colds, nothing serious.
You been to a psychiatrist?
No.
You ever been diagnosed with any mental problems?
No.
The detectives ask Isabella various questions to ensure that she has all of her faculties.
Do you know what month it is?
This is August, right?
August? Do you know what day it is?
No, I haven't had my phone in a while. What day is it today?
So you do have a phone.
I did back in my
No,
house in a
you
while.
just said
I left it behind.
Do you drink?
No.
Did you drink anything last night?
No.
Take any pills last night?
No.
Smoke any weed last night?
No.
So you would have been in a clear head,
Only smoked
Last
my
night.
mom last night.
not under the influence of anything.
I didn't kill anybody.
That's not what I asked you.
I'm perfectly normal, girl.
Perfectly normal?
Yeah.
Who are your friends?
Don't really have any friends. All I have is my boyfriend.
That's what everybody we talked to said about you. Said you don't have any
No
friends.
Okay.
People that usually sit in that chair or accused of murder don't have any friends.
These statements are not only personal attacks, but also antagonistic. Those who kill other people often come in many varieties. There's no set rule.
Most people say you're mean and they don't like you.
I guess she's a mean person then.
No, you're the mean person.
I'm not a mean person.
You're not insane. You're a mean person.
I'm not a mean person.
And you're a liar.
Isabella's foot only seems to move when she's uncomfortable. Here it appears to be because she doesn't like being called a mean person, and because they're attacking her. Understandably, most people value being well-regarded, liked, and not being seen as mean. So it makes perfect sense that this would increase her anxiety. What's most interesting here, though, is that despite the fact that she should be really uncomfortable and leaning away from the detectives, she's not.
No, she's
all
all
leaning
up on
forward towards them.
attacking them.
No, I am not.
And you're a terrible liar.
No, I am
This
not.
makes no sense at all.
No, you're
So
right
if you
about
just want to
that. It
sit there
doesn't
and be
make
a
any sense at
cold-blooded
all.
killer who the jury will convict in 10 minutes of first-degree murder for killing their mother, then keep it up, Isabella.
The
These guys
detectives
use
wanna
no
know why
finesse at
Isabella
all.
would brutally kill her own mother, but the answer is unlike anything they've heard before.
Are you interested in starting your own faceless YouTube automation channel, but all people do is tell you to go to Fiverr?
There's much more to the story than meets the eye, but the disturbing case is only just beginning.
Sometimes people get mad. Sometimes people are scared. Maybe you acted in self-defense. Maybe she had the knife.
Only now do they decide to try to minimize the crime. But after they talked about her being a cold-blooded killer,
I'm not this girl. I don't know what happened with her and her life and who she is or what school she went to. That's not my problem. My problem right now is finding my boyfriend.
It's a funny game you're playing, but nobody's laughing. You think some juror sitting on a jury is going to believe that you're not the person we suspect killed their mother when you're caught right down the street with knife injuries to your hand?
Scissors.
It's not scissor injuries.
I told you they were scissors.
It's not scissor injuries.
Yes, it was. You're not gonna bully me into admitting what you want.
Yo, they're like little kids, back and forth.
I suspect we're probably not. I mean, that's a decision you have to make in your own head. I mean, that's the bottom line. You're 18 years of age. You understand why you're here. You know what you've done. We've given you an opportunity to talk about what you've done. We've given you an opportunity to give us a reason why you did what you did. And you've continued on this crazy-ass story that this you have nothing to do with this, and that story is not believable. We don't
It doesn't
believe you.
have to be believable. It will be proven.
If the police don't believe you, what do you think happens?
You go to court.
Yeah, you go to jail, for one.
You go to court.
And someday you're going to go to court. Yep. And if this is your way of trying to get through it, then so be it. But just so you know, I mean, obviously we don't believe you. We don't believe anything you've told us here today. My guess is that you're probably going to continue down the same road, acting like you don't know what we're talking about and pretending that none of this applies to you and you're not that person. And I don't know what TV show you watched that thought this would be a good idea to come up with a plan for defending yourself against a murder charge, but I can tell you it's not going to work.
That's what she got. That's where she got it from. She's been watching TV forever. If I would do this, if this happened, and I would do this if that happened. And she did her mama dirty, and now she's sitting in there talking about, I'm not even her. I'm 3 years younger, and my name is Samantha.
So you're so tired?
I've been sleeping in a park all night.
And you're sleeping out, running
around
from the
trying
police
to
all night. Running from the police is tiring.
I didn't run.
Actually, you were sleeping in a Jeep.
A Jeep.
Yeah, the basement of the parking garage. Do you remember that?
I was not sleeping in a Jeep.
Why are you lying about just where you were sleeping?
Somebody saw you.
How do you think we found you? Somebody saw you and called us.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
it does.
Isabella was sitting in a blue Jeep Wrangler in a parking garage off of South Parker Road when someone noticed her. But what they found to be even more suspicious was the various items sitting outside of the vehicle, such as a backpack and clothes. The car was actually being held for a client of a vehicle service, where a company employee immediately notified police once they spotted the teenager.
Your picture's all over the TV news media.
Okay, here's a picture of a girl that looks like me as all over the TV.
No, your picture is
Why
on
did I
there.
have to be born looking like this?
What kind of a grand coincidence would it be that you just happen to look like this person?
Grand coincidence. It's a shitty coincidence.
Isabella, this is
Don't call me Isabella.
This is really. It's frustrating. I'm sure you're frustrated too. You'd feel better. We'd have a better understanding of.
And here's what that kid didn't understand. First of all, we all know her plan was never going to work. You know what I'm saying? This plan of just denying who you are. You know what I'm saying? But if you're going to make an alter ego named Samantha Gonzalez, don't make her an asshole. You know what I'm saying? You came in there guns a-blazing and shit. You know, on the offensive.
Why you did what you did. Maybe
I
somewhere
didn't do
down.
any of this stuff, man.
Maybe somewhere down the
Can you
line,
just fingerprint me?
God would find a way to forgive you.
Can you
I don't know
please
if He will or
fingerprint me?
not. My God's not going to forgive you, but your God might. For all I know, who knows?
Can you fingerprint me?
Are you listening to me?
Yeah, I am
No,
listening to you.
she don't want
Did you
no
stab your mom?
pep talks.
Whoever this girl is, whatever her
That's not
name
what I
is,
asked.
it's
You
not
say you
my
didn't
fault.
murder. You keep saying you didn't murder anybody. Did you
No.
stab your mom?
No.
This is the first instance where Isabella is asked if she stabbed her mom, and her response is telling. It's also a response that will change later in the interrogation. We see Isabella engage in grooming behaviors, such as brushing her hair and face multiple times, and then we see her do an anchor point movement and shift her leg. Rather than being crossed, her leg is now at a 90-degree angle where it's become a barrier between her and the detectives. She also rubs her mouth, creating a cluster of nonverbal behaviors which indicate that she has increasing anxiety. When directly asked if she stabbed her mom, she delays answering before saying something unrelated.
You didn't take a knife and stab your mom last night?
No.
So the knife that we found is not going to have your fingerprints and your DNA on it?
No, it will not. She may look like me, but there's no way we're gonna have the same.
I think it's probably going to.
You can think whatever you like, but the tests don't lie.
Once again, they're using words like I think and probably. They don't even sound sure or confident when trying to refute her lies.
Hey, you're exactly right. The test is not a lie.
So I'm waiting for you to test it.
The parking garage that you were in,
She's
you were
super
caught,
cocky.
you were arrested, where they pointed guns at you?
She's committed
The
to the
knife
character.
Okay.
How do you explain that?
I walked to a parking garage that a knife was in.
Isabella, do you understand
Stop
DNA?
calling me Isabella.
Do you
God damn it.
understand DNA evidence?
Yeah,
You read
I know what
papers,
it
watch the
is.
news, you know what it is?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to do it right now so I can go.
Explain to me what your interpretation of DNA evidence is. What do you think it means?
Doesn't everyone have like different DNA?
Okay? Specific to each individual. So what do you think is going to happen when we take a sample of your DNA and we compare it to the knife that we found? And your
You're going
DNA
to
is
let me
going to be
go
on
because the
it.
DNA will not match.
So your DNA is going to be on. That's going to prove that you
The
handled
DNA
that
will
knife.
not match.
And those cuts on your hand,
I told you how all of this happened to me.
Okay. so you obviously bled. We're going to
In the house
analyze.
in
We're going
Ohio?
to analyze the blood that you left. You understand? We're going to be able to type that blood back to you.
No, not your house in Ohio. The
Okay.
bathroom at your house where you killed your mom.
After the discussion of the DNA, she starts swaying in the chair for the first time, which is another red flag. She does have concerns about the DNA now that she's heard all of this information, which is an interesting reaction given how she will behave later on.
Did you see the police dog in there? Is that why you ran out of there?
Police dog.
Yeah.
Like police dog.
The police dog that was inside the parking garage when you came running out? Do you remember running out of the parking garage?
I
And
know.
running to police officers? Do you remember that part?
I didn't run. I walked out of a parking garage and was ambushed.
That wasn't you either?
She's something else.
And what?
That wasn't you either? So,
I am not this Isabella girl. All this crazy fucking shit keeps happening, and I am not this girl.
crazy fucking shit. That's a good way to put it.
How would you feel if this was done to you?
I'd be scared if I were you.
I'm not really scared. I'm just a little freaked out.
So you're
all
not
this
scared by
happening.
this?
No, because the DNA will not match.
Do you have no remorse for what you did?
I did not do anything wrong.
So you don't, do you?
I am not
You can
Isabella.
just sit there and continue to deny this. with a clear conscience?
I am not Isabella.
Really? You can just sit here and completely deny all of this?
Like, why are they even going through all of this? I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of DNA. I'm sure there's plenty of physical evidence. She's just toying with them. They came in there angry, and that was it. They haven't changed their stance. They didn't try to talk to her. They didn't try to get out of it, and she did the same thing.
Denying anything. I am being truthful.
That's you.
No, it is not.
There's no question. That's you.
She's pretty.
Yeah, you're a pretty girl. That's you.
But that's not me.
Yeah, that's up your Facebook account.
She's a singer?
She wishes she was.
It's not even a funny game anymore.
Why would she kill anybody?
That's what we want to know.
That is the question.
Why would Isabella kill her mom?
Isabella may not be able to answer their question just yet, but little do they know that there are multiple layers to the sick and twisted story. And the more they uncover, the harder it is to wrap their heads around such a shocking case.
Why would anybody kill their mother? I mean, what do you think? What would cause somebody to become so enraged with their mother that they would kill them? What would happen?
I don't know.
What would
I
it
don't know
take?
how people think. I stay away from people because they all
Well,
try
just
to
tell
hurt
me what you think. I mean, what's your thoughts on it?
What is my thoughts on this whole situation?
No. Specifically, what would it take for somebody to kill their mother? What would make them so angry that they would do that?
Isabella engages in some grooming behavior here, which generally occurs when people want to be liked or viewed as likable by others. It's approval-seeking behavior. This is followed by her incorrectly rephrasing a question. It's clear that this question has increased her anxiety because not only has she repeated their question, giving her time to think about her answer, but she had to know they would correct her, giving her even more time to think.
I really have no idea. I would never kill my own mother. She may be a horrible person, but I don't have the potential in me to kill anyone.
Why is your mother a horrible person?
She hates me because I'm her illegitimate child.
And there it is.
So she hates you?
Yeah, I kind of ruined her marriage, basically, and they blame me for it.
And there it is.
So you got anger issues?
I don't have anger issues. I just left.
You hate your mom? That's
I
kind
don't
of an
hate
anger
her.
issue.
She's scary.
By playing into her lie and going along with her being another person, the detectives may be finally attempting to build...
Probably the smartest thing they did so far, because these dummies were bumping their heads against a brick wall, and she was the brick wall. You know? But right there, they played it right. And she gave it all up.
build some rapport with her.
Just scary. So I ran away.
Did your mom beat you?
She doesn't beat. She hurts with weapons like scissors.
Keep over for
Keep going. What's that? Hello?
Is
What's
this
that?
scar? I got that when I was a kid. I had stitches.
No, that's not. That's from stitches.
It is from stitches.
How did you get that?
Lines.
Police dog, wasn't it?
Police dog.
Isabella got bit by a police dog, has a scar on her right arm.
This is really freaky.
Yeah, that is really freaky.
So that's it? You
Yeah,
should
that's
just
it.
leave now?
You got the wrong person who's letting you
Just
go.
let you go?
Yeah.
Okay. Just like that.
Yeah.
See you later. Have a good day.
Do you
What's your
have a
boyfriend's
last
name?
Gabriel Adams.
Gabriel
She
Adams.
was
You
lightning
certainly know his
fast
phone
with that
number, right?
name.
Call him right here, we can talk to him. He can just clear this all up. What's his phone number?
He threw his phone away. I was
Come on.
supposed to meet him somewhere.
No.
I can't track him.
You don't want to because he doesn't exist.
He does exist.
Okay.
He's my soulmate.
Oh, that's laughable. That's laughable. You have a soul.
There's
Damn.
no professional explanation for the comment.
Nah, he's
That's
just out of her
laughable
head.
that you have a soul. Even some of the other comments could be possibly pointed to as playing the bad cop, but this goes too far. He's clearly letting his personal feelings about this crime lead the interrogation. Someone should be pulling him out of the room.
I do have a soul. All living creatures have a
No.
soul, even
No.
animals.
People who do what you did, soulless.
Before police are able to find out exactly what the reason behind the heinous act is,
She shuts
they
down.
delve a little deeper into the tumultuous life
Oh,
of
I'm
their
surprised she don't
suspect.
shut down.
In doing so, the detectives sit down to interview Ryan, who not only provides valuable information about his stepdaughter, but he also recalls the horrifying timeline of events.
I saw Isabella. She had a blank expression on her face. I'm not sure what happened with the knife she was carrying. It looked like she was still holding on to it. And I looked down and I saw my wife on the floor, blood everywhere, all over the bathroom. I was talking to the dispatcher, and the dispatcher told me, make sure you get her breathing again, get her airways open. I don't know CPR. But at that time, I looked at my wife's eyes, and I knew that she must not have made it. I just couldn't believe that it had happened like that. Isabella was in a rage like I've never seen before.
What do you mean?
Well, I could just hear her just pummeling my wife. I thought she was just hitting her with her fists.
Okay, so that thumping sound you were
Thumping sound, I thought, was Yumi maybe hitting against the wall, and Isabella just pounding her with her fists.
Okay.
So that's what I originally thought it was, and that's when I called 911.
Although it hasn't been confirmed, it's possible that Isabella also used the baseball bat as a weapon.
Tell me about that. What was the reasoning for that?
She came downstairs where I was sleeping, and she said, I feel very uncomfortable with Isabella in the house. She said that Isabella had threatened her or cursed at her, and spit in her face.
Okay.
When she was laying down up there, and rambled off some terrible things to her.
Okay. Did she tell you what those terrible things were?
No, she didn't specifically tell me. I know this morning, she showed me an email that Isabella had written that was written to her, or written to a Cecilia. It's a strange email, but it came to my wife. And I can't remember what the email said. It's on her phone.
Okay.
But it was very disturbing from Isabella, something very weird.
The email sent by Isabella to her mother on the same day of the killing was chilling beyond words. It read, "You will pay." However, it wasn't made out to Yoon-mi, but rather a woman named Cecilia.
That kid was
Yoon-mi
a
was so
nutbag.
concerned about her daughter's behavior that she called 911 just hours before her demise. 4 officers arrived at the house, in addition to Isabella's biological father, Robert Guzman. Isabella was confronted while sitting on a swing in their backyard, but that had little effect on the teenager. She apparently spewed a string of insults to Yoon-mi, though it's unclear as to what was said. The officers warned the teenager that she should not treat her mother in such a volatile manner, stating that Yoon-mi was within her rights to obtain a court order and evict Isabella from the house if she felt it was necessary to do so.
She didn't feel safe.
Isabella responded with nothing but silence.
They've had a bad relationship.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, they've had a bad relationship for years. She resents her mom very much.
Ryan states that at the age of 6 or 7, Yoon-mi sent Isabella to live with Robert due to her disobedient behavior. The pair had divorced when Isabella was just 3 years old, and Ryan and Yoon-mi began a relationship 1 year after. Yoon-mi's hope had been that her daughter would learn to respect others while living with her father. But it seems things didn't change. In fact, Isabella was supposedly continuing to act out, and apparently had a difficult relationship with Robert and his new
probably
wife.
A weirdo.
And then she moves back in with you guys?
She moves back in with us at 14.
14. Has Isabella ever been, is she on medications? Or has she ever been...
She should have
She's not on
under doctor's care or anything like that for any
She
type
went
of issues?
she went to a psychiatrist for maybe a month, and the psychiatrist said, no, she's fine. She's just a typical girl.
How long ago was that?
That's been maybe 2-3 years ago, something like that.
So today, after the police come out and speak with her, what was her attitude or her demeanor after that contact with the officers?
She seemed okay. She was friendly. Her dad gave her a big hug, but I don't think she was very happy that her mom called the police.
Following the dispute, Yoon-mi headed back to work.
We were in the house again. Together, no problem.
This is a different dispute.
Any conversation,
Not much of a conversation at all. We
Did
didn't
she
really
give you
say
any
much.
indications that she might be plotting to do something like this?
Oh, no. I knew she was mad at her mom, and I knew she was very, very upset at her mom, but I had no idea she would ever do anything like this.
Though Ryan didn't suspect it, she was indeed plotting something terribly heinous.
When was the last time you cried?
Last time I cried.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You got a pretty good memory, don't you?
I have a normal person's memory.
Okay. I don't think you're a normal person.
It took me like a week to get here.
Did you hear me? I don't think you're a normal person. I asked you when the last time you cried.
I told you I cried when I ran away.
You didn't run away from anywhere. You ran away from a crime scene is what you did.
No, I did not.
So you cried when you ran away last night?
I did not do any of these things. I am not Isabella.
Maybe
Oh,
we should just
really?
bring,
Why don't you just
Robert
bring the
down here.
DNA test?
Let's bring Robert down here.
Oh,
Who's Robert?
You know who Robert is.
No, I don't.
Robert could stand right there in that doorway and identify you. You're his own flesh and blood.
According to Ryan,
this is
Isabella
when she
and
lets
Robert
the cat
were
out the
always
bag
close,
on herself.
even through thick and thin, but she can't seem to remember that.
How about if we have Ryan?
According to Ryan, Isabella and Robert were always close, even through thick and thin, but she can't seem to remember that.
How about if we have Ryan?
Probably a weirdo
Who's
too.
that?
Stepdad. Have him
That's
come
her
in.
stepdad.
We could have Ryan come in. I mean, he's the one that last saw you before you took off running from the police last night.
This is all her life, and you keep
He's
saying
the
it's
one that
mine.
he's the one that identified you. What do you think about that? We'll have him come down. Maybe you can apologize.
I'm not going to apologize to a stranger. What do you mean? I didn't kill anybody.
Lie about,
She's playing the role of a lifetime.
Lie about committing somebody who committed him.
Well, obviously somebody died, or this wouldn't be happening. But I didn't kill anybody.
Why would he lie about it?
I don't even know what you're trying to. I don't even understand what you're trying to say right now.
Isabella's flat affect is similar to another case we've covered, Morgan Geyser, also known as the Slender Man stabbing.
Do you know where you are right now?
Not really.
Where do you think you are?
At a police station.
Morgan was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and again, this kind of flat, emotionless speaking is typical with this diagnosis.
Kathy, maybe?
Who's that?
Come on, now, Isabella.
Stop calling me Isabella.
Everybody's schizophrenic.
You guys are like, what? Didn't you say
We're all schizophrenic.
that this girl has no friends?
Well, there's people that know you. They may not be your friend.
Detective sat down with Isabella's friend, Catherine Argueta, also known as Kathy, who gave a bit of insight on who Isabella was outside of her family home. Apparently, Kathy met Isabella at Overland High School, in addition to Isabella's ex-boyfriend, Ilya Abramov, who goes by Tony. The trio, along with Kathy's boyfriend, would apparently use recreational marijuana from time to time. Kathy explained that Isabella had developed a spiritual side to herself within the last year, and had become increasingly quiet. Yet at the same time, there was a noticeable kindness that she had not previously shown, though Kathy didn't elaborate further. It appeared that things may have been looking up for her, or perhaps there was a more sinister intention behind this newfound enlightenment. Kathy goes on to say that she received a chilling text message from Isabella on Monday, August 26th, only 2 days prior to the killing. She angrily insulted Kathy using a derogatory term, and ended the text with a shocking last few words. "I know what you did." Kathy messaged back asking what she was talking about, but Isabella didn't respond. However, on August 28th at 7:15 p.m., her phone buzzed once again. Isabella had sent another text, this time saying, "The astro beam has awakened." Utterly confused, Kathy responded asking for an explanation, but to no avail. Only a short time later would Isabella commit the unthinkable.
These are your bags, right?
Yeah.
You know the store, is that where you wrap up your wrists? H Mart?
Actually, these people were real nice to me and gave me these things.
But you bought something, right?
They paid for it for me.
Who?
This Asian lady took pity on me. Came all dirty. She asked me if I was okay, and I cried, and I told her I was trying to call my boyfriend, I could use the phone. She said, "You don't have any stuff. Well, I'll give you some tampons and things. The clothes are mine." But she gave me the underwear and the pads and stuff, because I didn't have money for it.
How long was she in the room? They said 12 hours
So we go there to look at the videos.
or more than 12 hours. I think.
You won't be on the video
I'll be on my video.
at the H Mart. They have surveillance cameras on it. Yeah, at the H Mart.
If you want to go look and see if I was in H Mart, you'll see that I was.
After fleeing from the scene, Isabella made her way to the H Mart grocery store, where she quickly caught attention due to her disheveled state and bloody clothing. A nice lady took pity on her, and in addition to buying her a few items, she also provided her own cell phone number in case Isabella needed anything else.
And what did you tell her?
What do you mean, what did I tell her?
What did you tell her? Because we're going to call her and talk to her. What story did you tell her?
Truth.
What did you tell her?
She's Korean. She doesn't even speak any English.
We have interpreters. What did she say? What did you tell her?
I told her the truth.
What did you say?
Exactly the same thing that I told you.
Where'd you meet her at?
Where the receipt says.
She what?
Where the receipt says.
Where's that?
It's right by the garage. Where you ambushed me and basically kidnapped me out.
Okay. So you met her inside or outside?
She's hilarious.
Inside.
So you leave Ohio with all of this stuff, all your worldly possessions. This is what you travel across the country.
I told you, Gabriel said he'll take care of me. I didn't need to bring much.
Gabriel Adam.
But you can't get hold of Gabriel if you do it on the phone.
No,
How does that make any sense?
None of it makes sense.
he had to dump it.
Your story doesn't make any sense because it's not true. A 2-year-old wouldn't believe your story.
2-year-old, you
Probably
understand?
a 2-year-old come up with a better story.
Next, the detectives ask for her permission to conduct a DNA test. They're not surprised when she immediately agrees, seeing as it has been her most frequent request. But what she doesn't understand is just how long it actually takes to obtain the results.
Please bring the DNA test now so I can leave.
You're not leaving, just so you understand that.
The DNA will not match.
Well,
The DNA will not match.
You can
If the
continue.
DNA does not match, I will
You
be
can
free,
continue
right?
to think that, but you are not leaving. Just so you
Okay,
know.
theoretically, if the DNA doesn't match, you have to let me go, right?
No.
That doesn't make any sense. Yes.
No, you've been identified as a killer.
I have not been
got a
identified.
lot
If the
of
DNA
hours
does
to
not match,
keep you,
then I will
shorty.
be set free.
Well, that's not going to be the case, and we won't know that for months.
For
You're under arrest
months.
for first-degree murder. You have no bond. You ain't going nowhere but jail. And you're not 15, you're 18.
No, I am not. You cannot do this to me. This is wrong.
Yes, we
You
can.
have to prove I am who she is before you can take me anywhere.
No, we don't. We know who you
Isabella,
are.
we're trying to give you an
Stop calling
opportunity.
me Isabella.
We're just trying to give you an opportunity.
She is
to
on
tell us what
point
happened.
every
Stop calling me
time.
Isabella.
You don't
That Isabella
understand.
shit.
You don't understand.
My
the
name
full
is
impact of
Samantha.
this, do you? You don't understand the full impact. Yes, you're going to jail. No, you are not getting out of jail. There is no bond with first-degree murder. Do you understand that?
I didn't murder anybody.
And we'll easily prove a case against you.
You can't prove anything because I didn't do it.
Yeah, we will.
Well, that's your opinion.
Man, what's wrong with
You
all
have
of you?
no conscience. None.
You're
Yo,
not
you just
evil. You
shooting
don't even know
insults
who I
at her.
am. I'm just a random girl on the street that you ambushed.
No, you're one of the most evil person I've ever sat across the table from.
I'm not evil.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Very.
The detectives continue to remind Isabella of the consequences and telling her how terrible she is, and stating that she's the most evil he's ever sat across from, all of which hasn't got them very far. At this point, Isabella has been in the room with them for an hour. If she was in her right mind, most people would have asked for a lawyer
long
by
time
now.
ago, and she's technically smart enough that she would have asked for that.
The conduct of both officers is unprofessional, suggesting a lack of training and an inability to conduct custodial interrogations properly. Somehow, despite their approach, they're just barely able to stay away from crossing the line into coercion, though there's enough nuance here to argue that point from both sides. More importantly, they have completely abandoned the Reed technique and its core tenet of getting
These
a
guys
confession
threw the book
through
out the
use of
window a long
empathy.
time ago.
The point of an interrogation is to be a listener and to create an open environment where the suspect can make disclosures. Even look at the table. It's cluttered and disorganized, creating an environment non-conducive to the sharing of information. Their methods of countering her denials are also interesting. It's generally sarcastic and closed off, not inviting Isabella to say more or to keep talking even in the face of having her denial dismissed.
Nah, they just want to whip her.
Everything about their actions appears intended to harass the suspect, rather than doing their best to support the dialogue necessary for a confession.
You scared the hell out of me, because you have no conscience.
I scare the hell out of you?
Yeah, you have no conscience. You can do anything to anybody and not even feel.
How do you do this thing?
Isabella states that she would like a DNA test as soon as possible, and the detective performs a cheek swab.
Say, for instance, somehow we've got this all jacked up, and you are who you say you are, and we've brought the wrong person in here. How would we go about trying to prove that you are who you are? Who could we call? Who could we get in contact with?
There's no way I'm totally... Why would I call somebody who stabbed me with scissors?
Well, I'm asking you a
That's
question.
all I got.
Okay,
Gabriel was waiting for me.
Can I ask you a question and just not have you interrupt? Because if we're making a mistake, we want to do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why don't we start with who's your father? What's your father's name?
I don't really know. Honestly, my mom's kind of a crazy bitch and whores around a lot.
Okay.
She hates me because I'm an illegitimate child.
Okay, so
all I know is that my
said
dad's
it again.
Mexican. That's why my last name is Gonzalez.
All I know is an example of a selective memory
Nah,
statement.
they missed it. She said it again.
Because I'm an illegitimate child.
Okay.
Honestly,
She
my
hates me
mom's
because
kind
I'm
of
her
a crazy bitch and
illegitimate
whores around a
child,
lot.
right? She says, my mother likes to hoe around a lot, but she hates me because I'm her illegitimate child. Evidently, if you're her only illegitimate child, she only hoes around a little bit. But she's giving away her MO right there, why she did it. She's giving away her motive.
Okay.
She hates me because I'm an illegitimate child.
Okay, so
all I know is that my dad's Mexican. That's why my last name is Gonzalez.
All I know is an example
She
of a
hasn't
selective
slipped up
memory
with the name.
statement. It can't exactly be refuted, but it doesn't really answer the question. This is a big nonverbal indicator that she's feeling anxious about going deeper into this line of questioning. Look at how her blinking is increased. This is a subconscious stress response. However, we can't confirm that this is because she's being deceptive, as it could just as easily be because she's being verbally attacked by 2 police officers for the past hour.
Okay, so your dad is Mexican. His last name's Gonzalez. Do you know his first name?
She wouldn't tell me.
So you don't know his first name?
No.
Have you met your father?
No.
So you never met your father?
I ran away. Gabriel was all I got.
Okay, slow down.
You
I want to
ran
get to
away?
the bottom of this. So, Gonzalez is all you know? You don't know first name?
She called me Gonzalez to prove
he
to me
from?
that I'm not good enough to be her daughter or something.
Where's your father from?
I just know he's Mexican.
Where's he
From
from?
Mexico.
He's from Mexico? So he's from Mexico, the country Mexico?
Oh, I guess, obviously.
Isabella is showing other signs that her anxiety has increased as well, such as kicking her foot and avoiding the question. Again, we can't say she's being deceptive, but her anxiety level has increased with this topic. She's either seriously, legitimately 100% delusional or an extremely skilled liar. It's possible that this is something that has been said to her before, and that's why she's able to quickly push out a response. Isabella states that her mother's name is Sabrina Hicks, who lives at 2657 South Jamaica Circle in Cincinnati, Ohio. However, this address doesn't exist in the state, although 26 South Jamaica Court is located in Aurora, Colorado, right across the street from Isabella's home. But this would only be just one of her many bizarre statements to come.
What's Sabrina's birthday?
I don't know.
You don't know your mom's birthday?
I think that in this world, there's got to be 2 kinds of different moms, right? I heard about that horrible woman, Casey Anthony.
Okay.
There's 2 different kinds of mothers.
Hold up. Okay, I don't have time
There's
for all
a
this.
mother who
Do you know your mother's birthday or don't you?
I don't.
Do not know.
She doesn't love me. I don't really know anything
Do
about
not
her.
know her birthday. That's
No.
a question. Don't. Okay.
No.
So your father is Gonzalez. You don't know his first name. Your mother is Sabrina Hicks, but you don't know her birthday, and you claim they both live at this 2657 South Jamaica Circle, Cincinnati, Ohio. You don't know the zip code. How about a phone number?
They disconnected the house phone like a while ago because they're fucking cheap.
Cell phones?
I don't have their cell phone numbers. We don't talk to each other. That's why I ran away. It's like...
Okay, where does
they're
Sabrina...
not really my family. They're
Where does
more like
Sabrina Hicks
roommates.
work? Maybe we can go to her work.
She works at a grocery market.
Do you know the name?
We don't talk to each other. We're like strangers. She just hates me. She looks at me like with disgust. Oh, you illegitimate child.
Right, you poor illegitimate child, you.
The detectives ask her if she has any uncles or aunts, but she supposedly doesn't know. Next, they question her about Montgomery High School, where she claims to have attended, although this would turn out to be yet another lie. In actuality, Isabella went to Overland High School in Aurora, Colorado for a period of time before dropping out. However, it's unclear as to when she left the school and why.
What street is your high school on?
I don't know.
Well, you went to school there.
It's not that far from my house. I just
Okay,
walk. I know how to walk. I don't drive. I don't
What
know
street is it on?
name.
Because what we can do is we can go to your school, we can have officers from Cincinnati go to your school and see if we can
Why
contact
would you
your
do all
records.
that? Why
Because
can't
we're
you
trying to
just do the DNA
disprove,
test?
we're trying to disprove that you're not this person.
That's great. Do the DNA test and it'll prove everything.
Well, I'm going to have to prove it by more than one way. And the easiest way for me to prove it is if you can put me in touch with somebody back there in Cincinnati, Ohio.
I will
that
not put you in touch with the people that
We can send them a picture of you and
Look at what she
I
said
feel
to
like
me.
this was a
I will not
joke.
put you
Like,
in
why
touch
did they waste so much time talking to this child?
with them.
I mean, I get it. She's an adult, a loopy adult, but y'all spend all this time arguing, looking for something that I'm interested to see how they get her eventually. How they get her to say whatever it is they want her to say.
If they can
If they
say,
find out
yes,
I'm
that's
here,
my
I'm gonna
daughter,
have to run away.
then you're out the door.
If they find out I am here, I'm gonna have to leave here again. I'm not trying to take another bus.
Hoping to catch her in another lie, the detectives ask if Isabella's picture would be in the Montgomery yearbook. Coincidentally, she claims to have skipped picture day.
Okay, so the high school yearbook's not going to work for this year. Did you get your picture taken when you were in 8th grade, the year before?
Pine Lane Middle School.
I'm sorry?
The name is Pine Lane Middle School.
Pine Lane. Okay. Funny, I've heard of that one. There's a Pine Lane here in Colorado. Did you know that?
Just like there's a South Jamaican
No,
court.
it's Pine Lane Middle School. What do you think of that? Pine Lane Middle School. Same one you claim you go to
I don't go there anymore.
in Cincinnati, Ohio. There's one right here in Colorado.
Man, so what? Aren't there like a million? People are not creative with names.
Is your picture in their yearbook?
Yeah, probably somewhere. If you could find it. I don't know if you guys have that kind of technology.
Oh, we can find it. If it exists, we can find it.
The Cincinnati police say all three of the addresses you gave us, none of them don't exist.
Maybe they don't know every single address in all of
It's
Cincinnati,
the
Ohio.
freaking
It's a big
police
city.
department. If they don't know, who knows?
Yeah, what do you want me to
Called
do?
911. Where would
I'm
they
not
go?
Isabella.
We just want you to tell the
Do you
truth.
understand how complicated you've made this?
I am not Isabella. I know you guys know that.
Not only does she have palms up here, showing lack of confidence in what she's saying, but she brings her leg back up in a barrier position.
Okay.
If you're not Samantha, then who are you?
I am Samantha. I'm not Isabella. That's all that matters. I'm not a murderer. Yay, I can...
They did not trip her up with that name. Not yet. Not one time.
The problem is each lie you tell,
It's not a lie.
you got to tell another lie, and then you forget the lies you've already told, and pretty soon
What
it
do you
becomes so
mean?
confusing and
That's
so
what-
overwhelming that you don't know what you said.
The detective may be referring to the liar's loop here, but he doesn't really mention having to deconflict stories or anything, just the difficulties in keeping your story straight. Although the detectives are aware that Isabella is being deceitful, they are unaware of the disturbing and shocking reason as to why the heinous crime was committed. Time would eventually tell all, but authorities could have never predicted such an unbelievable ending to the perplexing case.
Have any friends
This
that
address you
call?
gave is bogus.
It's
The
not
Cincinnati
bogus.
police say it's not a good address.
It's a good
Well,
address
I
in
don't know what
Aurora.
to tell you.
How do you explain that? Are you
I don't know.
confused about the numbers? Are you confused about the name of the street?
Pretty fucking sure that's my address. Yeah, I've heard them. I've seen them write it down
Yeah,
somewhere.
that's a perfectly valid address here in the city of Aurora, which is where we're at today.
It's so obvious that I'm not her.
Really?
Yeah.
So she has the same scar you do.
Okay. It's
Merely
not the
another
same.
coincidence?
It's not the same. It's a little different. We
Merely
both
a
have scar on our
coincidence?
arm. Jesus. Do you guys believe
She
in
was
destiny?
involved in a last night where she
Do you guys believe in
stabbed her
destiny?
mother
She sounds like a dumb kid.
151 times.
151 times?
In the course of that,
151 times.
in the course of that, her hands got cut, just like you. Another coincidence, you say?
Holy fucking shit.
And to her, it probably didn't feel like 151 times.
You're found in a parking garage with a knife that appears to be the murder weapon.
You didn't find me
used
with a
in
knife.
this.
Don't
Another
lie.
coincidence?
You did not find me with
Is that
a
a
knife.
coincidence again?
Again, it appears that the detective is focused on being in control and having power in the interrogation room, rather than trying to work through the steps to get her to tell the truth. He's using language where he doesn't even sound sure of himself. For example, saying appears to be.
You did not find me with a
Were
knife.
you found in the parking garage where the knife was?
Okay, the knife was somewhere
Yes,
in there.
yes, detective,
Man,
that's
I made the
true.
wrong-
Yes, detective, that's
I
true.
took the wrong
Okay.
fucking shortcut, man.
After an autopsy was performed, it was discovered that Yoon-mi had actually endured 31 stab wounds to the face and 48 stab wounds to the neck, a staggering 79 in total.
I hope you catch her, but I am not her, and when you take that DNA sample out this room, it will prove that I am not her. That's all the evidence you need. If the DNA doesn't match,
We don't
you
even
can't
need your
keep
DNA
me.
to prove anything.
Yeah, you do.
No, we don't. We don't need anything.
I've watched Forensic Files. You can't lie to me about
That's a
everything.
TV show, you idiot.
Oh, what do you
That's a
mean?
TV
Personal
show.
attacks.
Do you believe everything they put on TV is real?
I thought
How
it
stupid are you?
I thought it was
Honest to
real.
God. How stupid are you?
supposed to be real.
You're gonna go off some TV show. You're gonna put your life in the hands of some goofy ass TV show.
DNA is everything.
Answer my question. Are you gonna put your life in the hands of some TV show?
No,
Is that what you're gonna bargain your life on? Forensic Files says that you got to have a DNA match.
Yeah.
Really?
Wait.
Really, Isabella? Does that make any goddamn sense to you?
Stop calling me Isabella.
That's your name.
She don't miss with that name shit.
It is too.
No, it isn't.
Throwing a pen is completely inappropriate.
No, he's out of
no
order
matter
all
how
over the
frustrating-
place. She has no reason to tell him nothing. He's been doing nothing but trying to knock her out.
Maybe. With how the detective is yelling, cussing, and berating her, there's a chance Isabella could have a case for how verbally abusive the interrogation is.
We have been so patient with you, giving you every opportunity.
Oh my God! Please do.
Oh, are you getting upset? Are you getting upset?
You would. If this happened to you.
You make me upset.
I haven't done anything to you.
You've lied continually over and over and over today. You've wasted our time.
You're wasting my time. I didn't.
No. Your time means nothing from this point forward. Your time is counted in minutes, hours, and days that you're going to be spent or will be spent behind bars, looking out into a prison cell.
The detectives are at their wits' end with Isabella, who appears to be in no hurry to confess the truth.
got Buddy out of
perhaps because they've
character.
done such a horrible job with this interrogation. And as we continue with Ryan's interview, a terrifying revelation makes its way into the light, proving that Isabella may have just been a ticking time bomb, waiting to go off.
But my wife was just on pins and needles because of all that had happened around Isabella the last couple of days.
Okay. So has it seemed like things have gotten worse in the last few days between Isabella and her mom?
With what told me, yes. With what she told me, yes.
And that's
It has gotten
what she
worse.
told you was the statement she had made?
The cursing at her and spitting in her face.
Okay.
And the email she wrote to that ended up in my wife's hands said something about you will pay or you've been cursed.
Okay. And your wife found that email today?
Today at about, I remember she showed it to me. It came in, I think, about 2:42, something like that, before the officers showed up.
And it was from Isabella?
From Isabella. But she marked it to a Cecilia. It was kind of funny. She sent it to my wife, but she made it out to Cecilia.
Ryan states that neither he nor his wife knew anyone by the name of Cecilia, but Yoon-mi was absolutely horrified by the disturbing email.
What's your impression of her as a...
She is very hot-tempered.
Hot-tempered, okay.
very hot-tempered.
She's probably whooped his ass a couple of
Doesn't,
times.
and she runs her mouth like crazy. F you, F this, F that. She seems very depressed, I would have to say. She seems horribly depressed about her life and blames her mom for her misery. The only thing I can say is over the past couple weeks, Isabella has been very angry with her mom. Just a lot of anger. A lot of cussing, cursing, just a lot of anger.
Has something prompted that as far as you know of?
Well, I mean, sometimes my wife she's pretty strong-minded, and she would tell Isabella, no, you shut up, you get out. Or, you know, it would go back and forth like that. So I'm sure Isabella took those things to heart.
Ryan recalls the previous incident he had with
Somebody
Isabella
just
that
let
provides a
loose on
glimpse into just how quickly her temper could flare. Around 5 years ago, Isabella went down to the basement of the home to retrieve a fan that belonged to Ryan. When he didn't let her take the item, she supposedly retaliated with violence and allegedly punched Ryan in the
Told
face.
you. She been whooping his ass.
Interestingly, Isabella is presenting as the complete opposite in the interrogation to how she's described by Ryan. But Isabella's reign of terror would not end here, as there was something much more sinister that would inevitably unleash itself in the most sickening way possible.
You committed a heinous, okay? You're going to go to prison for that. No. You're not getting out of jail anytime soon. No. Okay? And the fact that you can sit there with that stupid goddamn look on your face makes me sick.
Busted up already.
It makes me physically.
She broke him. That's it. She achieved her objective of breaking this guy. This guy he fell apart already.
Please sick to look at you.
Do the DNA test to prove me right.
Don't tell me how to do my job.
Why are you
Don't tell me how to do my job.
I haven't done anything to you.
You've come in here tried to fucking act like you're so goddamn smart.
What do you mean?
You're putting your life in your hands today, my friend. Think about it.
My hands? That doesn't make any sense. Stabbing someone 151 times takes a long time. When the police come before, like, whoever did it with
79.
Isabella, please.
How long does it take?
Do you think we're stupid?
I'm not Isabella.
Do you think we're stupid?
I am not Isabella.
Do you? Answer my question.
I don't think.
Do him and I look stupid?
I'm not insulting you.
Do we look stupid?
No.
Do you think we believe your story? Do you think we believe your story? Do you think we believe
it? No.
No, we don't believe your story. What does that tell you? We'll get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
You haven't yet, bro?
You are a cold-blooded killer, and you're going to go to prison.
Oh, it's his turn.
Man, you can't send somebody to prison if the DNA test doesn't match.
Why is she so sure of
You know
DNA?
that.
Like I said, we don't
What
even
does she
need DNA
think
to
she
prove
knows
this
about
case.
DNA?
Yeah, you do.
No, we don't.
DNA is everything. You can't say, oh, this girl murdered somebody and we found another girl in a similar
an
location
eyewitness.
that looks similar to her. So we're going to blame her because we can't find her. And we look bad because we can't find the murderer of this woman. So we're going to blame it on an innocent person, a little girl who still has her whole life ahead of her.
No,
You're going to ruin my
have your
life?
life in front of you.
You're going to ruin my whole life because I have some random crazy
Your
bitch who
life
looks like me.
ended last night when you
No,
walked
I
out of that,
didn't.
when you walked into that bed.
I did
bathroom.
not
Let me
kill
finish.
anybody.
While stating, I did not kill anybody, she awkwardly rubs her chin. And then her following hand motions don't match up with her words. This is a red flag that her anxiety is showing, and her brain is not matching up with her statements.
I went from 0 to 250K in
Shut
sales
up.
within my first year with Etsy and print on to me.
Your life ended last night when you decided to go kill your mother. Because everything you do from now on is what the police and the government tell you to do.
This is all on camera, right? The United
Yeah.
States does have some sort
It's
of...
right there.
This is not Who Framed Roger Rabbit, okay? The DNA is not going to come back and match because we're not the same person. Nobody's trying to frame me or anything. You got the wrong girl. You made a genuine mistake. People make mistakes. It's okay. I'm not mad at you.
Isabella is turning the tables, now minimizing what she claims to be his mistake. Perhaps Forensic Files prepares people better for
Damn.
interrogation than some police departments.
She got it all figured
It's
out.
interesting to note that the officer appears to have corporal stripes on his left sleeve, yet he looks to be of at least middle age or older. For someone of that age to not have risen above that rank can speak silent volumes.
If I knew somebody killed their mother or stabbed him 151 times, I'd be out to get him too.
The detective is speechless, but no matter what Isabella says, there's no debating that she was the one to commit the crime. However, the case
What did he
is
say
far
to earlier? He said this
to
dude's
not
a
have risen
loser.
above that rank can speak silent volumes.
He's trash.
If I knew somebody killed their mother, I stabbed him 151 times, I'd be out to get him too.
The detective is speechless, but no matter what Isabella says, there's no debating that she was the one to commit the crime. However, the case is far from over, and a most shocking revelation will soon make its way into the light, flipping the investigation straight on its head.
You keep making random accusations, but
Oh, I'm not making random accusations about
if
nothing.
the DNA
I'm accusing
doesn't
you of killing
match,
your mother.
if the DNA doesn't match, you can't keep me here, and
You
it will
stabbed
not
your
match.
mother to death.
It will not match. This girl stabbed her mother to death. She is not me.
That's you.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. And I'm really fucking angry that you ruined my fucking shitty day and made it even worse.
Well, welcome to the rest of your fucking life.
You guys are really mean.
They want to fight that little girl.
No, we're not. We just don't like being lied to.
I'm not lying to you. And you know it too.
Oh, really?
Three goofballs
The
locked in a room
detectives
together.
inform Isabella that they're going to have someone come to the station to identify her, but she responds, stating that she wishes to see her boyfriend Gabriel. However, they disregard her request.
What were you worried about last night?
Because I want to know where you spent the night.
In a fucking park.
In a park with a little red slide. I got all that. Someplace in Denver, but you don't know what street you're on?
No. I don't even know the fucking streets in Ohio. This place is even more confusing.
Let's get all mad about it. I
Why?
thought I asked
Yo, this guy's an
mad.
18-year-old girl. These cops are 18-year-old girls.
Someone did this to you. That's a terrible thing to do.
What is?
Accusing the wrong person and pointing a gun at him.
I didn't point a gun at
Gabriel
you.
is still waiting for me. I know.
He didn't
is.
point a gun at you.
Some bunch of other men did. Like 5 men just out of nowhere. Get down on the ground or we're gonna shoot you. We're gonna tase you. Do you realize how terrified I was?
Have you ever had guns pointed at you before by the police?
No. This is the fucking scariest day of my fucking life.
Scariest day of your life. Okay.
Having your mom hurt you is one thing. Having the police confront you with guns and saying they're gonna tase you and you're a fucking murderer, you did this, you did that, you stabbed a bitch 151 times. Yeah, that's fucking terrifying. To think that I might, or you would even consider sending the wrong person to jail.
Isabella shows a bit of doubt here, stating to think that I might. For a moment here, there's a glimpse into her wondering if her world is real. Whatever her brain has done to protect her from the trauma of the terrible thing that she has done, she's doubting it now and almost lets it slip. However, she cuts the sentence off and holds on tighter to her delusions to avoid facing what she's done.
Hey, it's Vaughn from the Gospel University. Listen, are you tired of playing hymns and songs in this kind of basic way?
We would never call
Forever.
anybody that got stabbed 151 times a bitch. We never said that.
That was your
I was calling her a bitch. Isabella. Are you confused?
A little. You
I'm
said
confused
stabbed
too.
a bitch 151 times was your statement.
I understand this.
That was your statement.
I'm so upset. I don't understand this shit. Maybe I'm
Yeah,
just
she
fucking
slipped
saying
up.
shit backwards. I don't know. This has been a really bad day.
Isabella claims to have run away from her home in Ohio, where she took a bus to Colorado. Not only that, but her supposed boyfriend Gabriel is apparently waiting for her at the French Quarter apartment complex as they speak. Once again, the detectives aren't entertained, and instead bring Robert, Isabella's father, into the interrogation room.
Who's that? That's my baby. Okay.
Sir, do you recognize this?
Who are you?
Hey, Robert, let's come on back out here for a second. Do you recognize her? Yeah, she's my daughter.
What's her name?
Isabella.
Isabella. What's her last name?
Guzman.
Isabella Guzman. Okay. This photograph here. Is that photograph? Is that your daughter there?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is your daughter here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's go ahead and we'll see back.
Jig
there,
is
and
up, girl.
Come back to the phone. Okay.
Enough with the back and forth.
Is he insane? Does she have like a crazy family? Like a completely crazy family? Is that why she's psychotic and killed her mom?
Yo, she just diagnosed herself.
Does she have like a crazy family? Like a completely crazy family? Is that why she's psychotic and killed her mom? My name is Samantha. Who is that man?
It's impossible to know if Isabella is delusional or if she knows she's making stuff up and lying.
She knows she would have moved
However,
a lot
if
quicker
someone
than
is
that.
faking, they will break the lie, especially an adolescent. They just can't keep it up that long. It may be hard to believe, but the chances
She's eating
are
the
that
chip,
she's
though, in the
really
middle of
this
it.
delusional.
Could be.
So
She's
we're
eating
all
the
high
chip.
and that man's insane? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. He probably is insane. Why don't you do more research on this fucking girl?
Do you think that it was just a coincidence, another coincidence, that that gentleman came down here tonight?
I'm not Isabella. I am Samantha.
Isabella, that's your father. Okay? He's your biological father. We know that. That's the
That's
reason.
Isabella's dad. I'm not Isabella.
Isabella.
Stop calling me Isabella. My name is
That's the reason
Samantha.
we asked him to come down here. Okay? Like I told you, we were trying to do everything in our power to verify who you are. Okay?
You know what?
This whole thing with Samantha, I
It
think,
seems like
can go
total
out the
sense to
window
me.
because
It seems like total sense to me that a girl who stabbed her mom 151 times probably has a completely mentally ill family. And he probably thinks that I'm her or something because we look similar. Man, you're making my life hell.
Really?
Yes. Please.
That's your big concern right
Take
now.
me to French Quarter so I can see Gabriel.
That's your big concern is how your life is.
Yes.
Do you not have
He is
any?
not my father.
Do you not have any concern for how his life is?
No, who the fuck is he? His fucking problems are not my own.
Okay. Do you not have any concern for
That's my baby.
mother?
God, do you know how creepy that is?
Do you not have any concern about that?
What's your
I think that's really fucking terrible. Creepy that is?
Concern for
That's my baby.
mother?
God, do you know how
Oh.
creepy that is?
Do you not have any concern
That's what
about
he
that?
said. That's my baby.
I think that's really fucking terrible. Yeah. You should never
Your
kill
only
your mom.
concern is about you. Through this whole
This is
thing.
my life. My life. Her life is not connected with mine. Why the fuck do we
We've
have
been
to look
trying to
alike?
tell you all along that this is about your life, because this is about your life. This is an opportunity for you to try to make sense or help us make sense of what happened last night.
Isabella once again tries to reason with the detectives, but what she fails to understand is that she's only digging herself into a deeper hole.
You know, you seem like a nice person who made a genuine mistake. I'm not mad at you. Please just do the DNA
Listen
test.
to me. You have no business judging me. Okay?
What do you
Do
mean?
not judge me. Do not tell me I'm a nice person.
He is not my
Do
dad.
not tell me anything like that that makes me mad. Okay? We're doing everything we can to try to give you an opportunity. If you continue
Enough
to
with the
just sit here and
opportunities.
dick us around, I think we're done being pleasant. Yeah, life is hard.
Typically,
They
when
should have locked her ass up a long time ago.
a detective mentions an opportunity, they then expand on this by showing what this opportunity is going to do for her. However, they don't do that with Isabella, essentially never giving her a good reason to confess.
What we know is that's your father.
That's
He
not my
walked into this
father.
room and he
That's not my
identified you.
father. Ah, this can't be happening to me. No, I'm not going to prison for the rest of my life after this. No, please. Take me back to Gabriel.
I think you're going to feel a whole lot better if you just tell us what happened.
This may be the first time the detectives
broke.
display a more professional attitude.
Forget
If you get
them.
this
She
off your
fell
chest,
apart
give you
right
an
there.
opportunity to feel better about what you
this
did.
Isabella bitch. She's ruining my whole fucking life.
Isabella, there's more people we could bring
Stop
in.
calling me Isabella.
So
You bring your
defense
boyfriend in?
mechanism of
What
bullshit.
We could bring your
What
stepfather in.
boyfriend?
Oh, we know their names. We've talked to them.
In reality, Isabella's supposed boyfriend Gabriel would turn out to be a complete fabrication. However, Isabella
loved
did
that
have
fool.
a boyfriend, or an ex for that matter. Detectives sat down with 22-year-old Ilya Abramov, also known as Tony, who was just as shocked at the horrific crime. But what authorities didn't expect was that the young man may have been concealing a secret of his own.
Yeah, they probably
that
pillow
also
talked.
involved 18-year-old Isabella. Apparently, their
They probably pillow talked about that. About whatever she was going to do.
relationship ended over a week before Yunmi's death, after 3 years together. But that wouldn't be the last of their encounters. Tony states that a couple days before August 28th, he returned to Isabella's house to drop off some of her belongings. However, when Isabella opened the door, she was furious and tried to attack him with a golf club, though it's unclear if Tony was injured. Apparently, the couple had parted ways because Isabella believed that Tony was cheating on her with their friend, Kathy. Though he asserts that this never happened, Isabella was enraged.
Okay, so did you go to the house on the day that this happened? Wednesday? You weren't there at all that day? Somebody saw you there that day. Her stepdad said you came by the house, walked in the house, and went upstairs and had to get some stuff.
Oh, yeah, I grabbed my stuff from the closet. I didn't see her, though.
So you were there that day?
But I didn't see her.
You didn't see her. Where was she at?
I don't know.
Okay. So when you go to the house that day, what time is it when you go there then?
I think it was around 5.
So 5 in the afternoon?
Yes.
Tony says that he tried to call Isabella. When he didn't receive an answer, he walked in the house. He remembers seeing Ryan, but they didn't speak to each other. Tony made his way to Isabella's room, grabbed some of his clothes, and left the house, all without seeing his ex-girlfriend. But there may be more to the story than he's letting on.
Why do you want to come into the police station and start lying to the detectives? Yulia, what's your deal? You went to her house twice that day. You went in the morning, she chased you away with a golf club, and then you went back that afternoon.
Tony has just confessed to another lie, where he had previously stated that his violent interaction with Isabella happened prior to the day of the killing. Now the detective is more suspicious than ever.
So maybe he helped to keep that door closed.
Suddenly shifts to Isabella and her home life, where Tony divulges some shocking information. Apparently, Isabella had at one point mentioned to Tony that Yunmi allegedly tried to poison her, along with their dogs. She apparently became very sick after eating something from the fridge and claimed she'd smelled an odor of bleach emanating from the dog's water bowl. Although these accusations have never been confirmed, Tony confesses that he has never witnessed a physical altercation between Isabella and her family members, but rather verbal arguments between she and her mom. And last but most disturbing, Isabella supposedly disclosed another alleged incident where Yunmi apparently poked herself in the back of her head with scissors, reportedly stating that she wished for she and Isabella to die together. But the detective is
So it's a whole house of Looney Tunes.
buying the claims and continues his efforts to untangle the web of lies, although poorly.
Yeah, that's the really bad part for you is you just turned 18 a few months ago, so you're gonna go to prison forever.
Stop calling Isabella, please.
Isabella has completely shut down. She's closed off and as close to the fetal position as she can get while staying in her chair. Her level of anxiety at this point is astronomical.
Don't bring that crazy man back in here, please. So what's the deal? Why the fuck did that guy say that he's my father?
Really? Come on now. You know why. He is your father.
You? No.
He's sitting in the next room over here, okay? And he's in tears because he wants to know what the hell is going on with his kid.
That's not my problem, that's his.
Okay? Well, yeah, I guess when you're just a selfish, callous, heartless person like yourself,
Why are you insulting
would have
me?
no feelings whatsoever for your own
Why are
father.
you insulting me?
Clearly, you had no feelings for your own mother. So I don't know why I would be at all surprised by your
Not
demeanor.
Isabella.
But yeah, he's wondering why his own daughter, his own flesh and blood would
And always
act
have
that
been.
way. But you know, I just found out
Always
something
will
different. You want to hear what I found out?
What?
Okay. You were at H Mart today?
Oh, bloodied up.
Yes?
Yeah, some fucking Asian market. I stopped by there on the way because I needed fucking pads.
Can you sit up, please, so I can hear you? Stop talking into your knees.
I stopped by there because I needed some fucking pads. I was hoping somebody would be nice enough to let me borrow them, and she actually bought me some shit.
Okay, she bought you those clothing items right there?
She didn't buy me clothing. The clothes are fucking mine. She bought me the fucking pads and the underwear.
The detectives are in possession of more information than Isabella is aware of, yet she continues to lie. That
Tony
is,
rat her
until
out?
the truth is staring her right in the face.
Funny thing just happened. Somebody called the police department from the H Mart. Guess what? They got video down there. Guess what's on that video?
Me and H Mart because I told you I
Yeah,
was
you
there.
and H Mart.
Because I was there.
Okay.
What'd you tell those people down there at H Mart happened to you?
That I ran away.
No. There's something else. You told them something else about you.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Just keeps getting worse and worse.
Sit up. Don't talk into your knees. It's disrespectful. What did you tell them?
I told him the same shit I told you.
No, you told them something else too.
Okay, you know what? I told you the truth about who I am because I have to. You are the police. I'm not required to tell the truth about my life to anyone else. Okay?
What? Let me ask you a question.
What?
When you went into H Mart today, were you covered in blood?
No.
Oh, yes, you were.
No, I wasn't.
You're on the video. You went into H Mart and you told them that somebody tried to sexually assault you.
Because I have bleeding hands. And they asked what happened to you.
Mm-hmm.
I have blood all over my hands, yeah, kind of. I never really got the chance to clean it. I left in such a hurry. They gave me some proper Neosporin and shit. I did tell them something because I needed help, yes. I'm not gonna lie. But I did not tell them about my family and my mom, okay? I did tell them someone tried to get me, I'm not gonna lie to you, because I don't want them to know all about my family. They're not the police. I don't have to tell them who I am, I just needed help. I'm ashamed of who I am. It's better to be the victim than the abused, beaten girl. Yes, I lied to them, okay? But I have not lied to you.
That's not the story you told us when you sat down here and we asked you about these bags and where you got them and the circumstances.
The clothes are mine.
That's not the story you told us.
The pads they got for me. And they gave me proper bandages.
Yeah, that's not the story you told us, okay? Plain and simple, it's not. You told us something completely different.
You're scarier than me.
Didn't you? You told us something completely different. Because you lied, right?
I haven't lied.
Yes, you did. That's a lie.
Just do the DNA test. It will prove everything. And then I can be happy for the first time in my life. That's all I've ever wanted. I wanted true love like I want in my books.
The
There it
detectives then
is.
confront her with yet another
Disney and books lying to these little girls.
piece of evidence where they explain that the H Mart video camera shows a bloody Isabella walking into the bathroom. When they checked the contents of the room, they found clothing and bandages, all with large amounts of blood. Isabella only responds by saying that she's being framed for the horrific crime.
Stop acting like a victim.
I am a victim.
No, you're not. You're not a victim of anything. The man who's sitting in the room next door who came in here and identified you
He must be crazy.
as your father is a victim.
He must be crazy.
It would have made more sense that instead of saying she's not a victim, they could have played into her saying she was mistreated by her mom to minimize the crime and make it less morally reprehensible, and
They didn't
therefore
do
more
that. They did
likely
it
that she
once for
confesses.
5 seconds.
That's the only answer I can think
Your
of.
stepfather, Ryan, is a victim.
He must be crazy.
Your mother, who is now lying
None of
down in
those
the
people
coroner's
are my
office in
family
Arapahoe
members.
County.
I don't understand how you think I'm her. It's obvious I'm not her.
No, we're not even going there anymore. It's not. We're not debating the fact that it's not you. We just want to know why you did it.
That's not up for argument.
I can't go to prison.
You're going to prison.
No.
Yeah.
It really seems as
They
though
coulda
they
broke
think
her a
they
long
can just
time ago.
bully her into confessing.
I didn't do it.
You did a horrible thing. We want to know why.
Isabella did a horrible thing. Stop calling me her name.
The detectives once again question Isabella about the reason behind such a gruesome act of violence.
How long had you been planning
She
to stab
hated
your
her
mother?
legitimate daughter.
Was it something that just cropped up, or were you planning on doing it for a while?
You. I really hope you fucking find Isabella.
Did your mother say anything to
I
you?
hope I don't fucking end
when
up
you
in
started
prison and then
attacking
you
her?
find Isabella instead. I'm like, oh, we're sorry, Samantha. We found the bitch.
We've given you all
I
the
thought my life was going
opportunities.
to be better when I ran away. I guess that's only going to get worse. I'll probably get fucking in prison too because I'm pretty.
Isabella has said multiple times how pretty she is, and this could be a sign of her having narcissistic tendencies. However, it's just as interesting that she switches to show anger and aggression here. When she realizes she's not going to get away and that her story isn't going to work, she starts acting like the Isabella that her stepdad described. It makes you wonder about the veracity of her delusions.
I don't think you're pretty.
That's weird.
I don't think you are either.
Isabella turns her body towards the corner of the room and begins to cry. Likely not for her deceased mother, but rather the fact that she cannot escape the ensuing consequences.
They cracked her with lunchroom bullying.
It's going to be dark soon. When are the DNA tests gonna come back? I don't want to walk around in the dark.
You're going to jail. You're not going anywhere.
Man, fuck you.
Well, that's the way it's going to be.
We're going to have the jail nurse come over, have a look at the wounds, and then we'll be able to talk from there.
She's probably have to go to the hospital. She's probably in that one.
Yeah, we're just trying to make
You're not going to fucking jail.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry?
You're not going to fucking jail unless you fucking Photoshop my fucking eyes.
Okay.
What?
Good skill
Do you see her fucking face? She has fucking brown eyes.
Okay.
Fucking hate you fucking people. Oh, you people fucking suck.
Yeah, she put
And that bitch is probably fucking crazy as shit, and she's gonna go kill
the veil has fallen. Now we get to see everyday Isabella.
somebody else. Fucking hate you fucking people. Oh, you people fucking suck. And that bitch is probably fucking crazy as shit, and she's gonna go kill somebody else. At least we can take some happiness in that.
Why do you think I was being happy?
I'm gonna die, at least you're fucking going down with me.
Alrighty. Can you stand up for me? This is for the,
We're gonna go over to the hospital and get your hands stitched up, okay?
Yeah, that's for the jail.
Why?
Cause we're gonna get your hands stitched up, both of them. Put your hands behind your back.
Why? Why are... Ow, 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 that's where I stabbed.
Okay, hang on.
Just relax.
Let's take the fucking DNA test out.
Because it hasn't been 6 to 8 months yet, like I told you.
I hate you.
I know. I
My
suck.
name is Samantha.
Right to the end, Isabella refuses to acknowledge her real identity, though there may be an explanation behind her sheer roller coaster of a story. After being charged with the first-degree murder of her own mother, authorities still had one unanswered question: why? But they would have their long-awaited reasons soon enough. As it turns out, Isabella was suffering from schizophrenia, where she experienced delusions for years. But in a shocking revelation, the teenager was supposedly hearing voices and asserted that Yoon Mi was not her mother, but rather a woman named Cecilia. Had she not taken Cecilia's life, Isabella believed that the world would come to an end. Because of this, she was found not guilty by reason of insanity and transported to the Colorado Mental Health Institute at Pueblo. However, in 2020, 7 years after the brutal killing, Isabella claimed that she was ready to be released, stating, "I was not myself when I did that, and I have since been restored to full health." In 2021, she was granted permission to leave the facility for therapy, in which she must wear a GPS tracker. However, there's no telling when or if she will ever be permanently released, or if her visits outside the facility will be limited only to therapy sessions.
Wow. So, all right. What do we see there? Did we see... Did we see a schizophrenic, not in control of her own faculties, person that needs to be in a hospital? Or did we see a cold-blooded mastermind killer in action break 2 adult cops and get herself put in a hospital with movement? I can't believe it, boy. I didn't see coming. I thought she was going to jail. She definitely won. Damn. Oh, man. 3 hots in a cot. She probably gets visitations. Now she got movement. Yo. Damn. I don't know. Yeah, that was like that's 7. The Brad Pitt joint, 7. Woo. That was crazy.